Baby, we ain't gon' last, baby. We ain't gon' last, baby. We ain't gon' last, baby. Your intuition has been telling you things that you never knew. Rubbing shoulders with bitches I used to put on pedestals, but still I keep it professional.
Welcome back. You know what it is. Yaz and Jay family. Another video. I know once you see me in the corner, in my little corner, you know, set the topic. It's gonna be a heavy one, you know what I mean? But I think it's a topic worth talking about. I just don't think it's been covered enough, especially on YouTube. I mean, you see videos, you know, but it's not popping up on your pages every day. And I can understand why. There's so much news, so much, things to cover. So your algorithm, especially if you don't search for those type of videos, it probably will never pop up on your algorithm. You know what I mean? But let me first, as I said, welcome back to the channel. Subscribers, thank you so much. I see our subscriber list is growing. Road to 100. You know, we're almost there. So let's get us there, please. Road to 100. Thanks for the day ones. The day ones are always here. Thanks for bringing up the views, the likes, the comments, the shares. You know what I mean? Yeah. The subscriber list is, I don't even know, man. Y'all are from everywhere. I see some persons from Africa. I think Nigeria was one that I saw. UK, been there from day one. We have some persons from UK. US obviously, and you know, Jamaica. You know what I mean? We always rep yard. We new home, rep a new home just the same. Rep the US just the same. You know? There's another country, man. I hope I don't forget it. I can't remember, but it's a country that you don't really see a lot. I was surprised when I saw it on the subscriber list. You know, so welcome everybody. And yeah, thanks for rocking with us. Well, with me today, because it's just me for this type of video. It wasn't purposely, you know, because I think this type of topic needs to be echoed from a male perspective, especially. You know what I mean? Because you don't find males talking about this a lot. And the major topic, the big topic, is abuse. You know, men abusing women, and women also abuse men. You know what I mean? So what made Jay want to talk about this all of a sudden? Let me just first put a disclaimer. I'm not just talking from emotions. I'm talking from facts, one, and two, a proven track record of experience. You know what I mean? For those who don't know, I have a couple of years under my belt of law enforcement and a year or two of international relations. You know what I mean? So I about to say I know what I'm talking about. But I'm always a big learner. You know, I soak up information. So if during the course of this video you're like, Jay, maybe that's kind of off, tell me. You know what I mean? I welcome the constructive criticism. I welcome just the plain regular criticism just as well. You know what I mean? And the bad ones. If y'all feel like I was biased, you know what I mean? Just let me know. But yeah, what triggered this? There was an incident in Jamaica where a cop, let me bring up the article real quick, where a cop, he shot and killed his girlfriend, and then he attempted to kill himself with the same weapon. His attempt was not successful. The last thing I heard was that he was still in the hospital. I'm not sure where he got the wound, or what that attempt was like, but unfortunately, the young lady passed away, and he's still alive. So let me just first say condolences to the young lady's family. And if this case couldn't get any more, I'd say, dramatic, and this case was last month, I think late last month, like June 26th, I think. Yeah. somewhere around there. And just a few days ago, at her candlelight vigil, um, two of the cops, I heard it was family members, but some news reports are saying close friends. Hey, but they're associated with the injured cop. They were shot and killed the at the young lady's candlelight vigil. Let me first say, any type of violence, it's is wrong. You know what I mean? Persons will say, "Hey, an eye for an eye," but what did that really solve? You know what I mean? What did that really solve? And I don't want to continue saying young lady. Her name is Dejane Graham, and she's also called Maya, right? So that's her name, and I know the cop's name. I will not call his name because honestly, I don't think he deserves any sort of recognition. And who want to beat me for that? That's how it is. He deserves no form of recognition. He's even lucky that I even addressed him in this video. Because the fact of the matter is, and this is where I get into the meat of the matter. The fact of the matter is, there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse to one, abuse your partner or another female, whoever it is. Absolutely no excuse. And I've heard the so-called excuses. I've heard them almost all. I've heard them almost all. In those years under my belt, law enforcement, most of those years were as a criminal investigation detective, right? So I've almost seen and heard the excuses that some persons may want to come with. You know what I mean? I've heard lawyers try to justify in a court of law why their client did what they did or allegedly. You know what I mean? And in almost all the cases, I just could not agree. You know what I mean? And I've also sat across from suspects in interview rooms. Obviously, I can't give details much on that, but I've sat across from suspect, and you'd be amazed as to the responses some of these persons give. You'd be amazed, right? So I I am one not interested in hearing what would have led this young man to take the life of his girlfriend. That is one. I'm not interested because I've heard it all, right? Based on the reports, they're saying that a phone call that the young lady received would have caused some argument, and the argument spilled over to when they got home, and then that caused the incident, right? And abuse in every form or any form, I will not agree with. I'm gonna say it again: abuse in any and every form, I will not agree with. And men, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just hitting the points right away. Men, let me even sit up in my chair properly. It does not matter. One, you give her money every day. Two, you send her through school, you send her through college. Three, you pay her rent. Four, you buy her a car. Five, you buy her a house. You want me to continue? Six, you get access to your bank account. That does not guarantee her loyalty, sir. It doesn't. And yes, it's not fair. Fine. It's not fair, I agree. It's not fair. Because you expect the same type of treatment in return, right? Good? You do expect it, right? But that is not an excuse. That is not an excuse to abuse or to even bring it to a level where you kill your partner. And like I said, I've heard it all. I say, yo, you don't know much thing I do for you, you know that. And so what? So what? So what? I I have friends, right? Where they've gone through instances where they could have easily gone on the road that this young man have gone down. Easily. Because the person who would have invested so much into just didn't return the favor. Right? And return the favor even not even just said to give you back money or to do back things for you, but just plain loyalty. They didn't get it back. And they just left. They left. Because clearly we're on two different pages. We're on two different pages, right? Clearly. So if y'all want to cancel me for this, I mean, I'll even reach level to be cancelled anyway. You know what I mean? So it annoys the hell out of me when guys try to justify reasons for doing what they do. Right? And some of those reasons I gave you earlier, those were like regular. I've gotten some even sillier responses that you'd be flabbergasted as to how they come up with these. Right? But it underscores an even greater point that you being with someone doesn't guarantee them to be loyal to you. That's one. And two, they're not your property. They're not their property. And as much as you want to believe, she doesn't have to be loyal to you. She doesn't. She doesn't have to be loyal to you. And I wonder, when I just heard the story, I like I said, I've heard tens or maybe hundreds of these kind of stories before. Some of them, obviously, I've been closer to some of them than others. And it makes you wonder what's going through their minds. And like I said, sometimes they give us an opening into their minds to say, hey, what caused this? But it really underscores the point of men thinking they have this ultimate control. And I'm here to burst some bubbles. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. And like I said, I'm not on any side right now. I'm not on any side. And this is not in relation to the specific case I mentioned. I'm just talking generally about abuse. I'm not on any side. You know the side that I'm always on? The side that I will always choose is the side that believes in the truth. Right? The side that believes in the truth. So if either side is lying, I ain't on either side. The side that believes in the truth, that's the side I'm on. So if the truth lies with the male, I'm on the male side. If the truth lies with the female, I'm on the female side. But what we can never let become normal or tend to normalize it in modern society is, and I keep repeating this, is men thinking that giving women part of their finances, improving women's lives, that does not guarantee that she's going to be loyal. That doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the same in return. And that is what, based on my experience, triggers a lot of men to go off the rails. Right? And this is not even just, like I said, this is not even just a men abusing women thing. Right? Let me close this. In Florida, this is the 16th of June. Florida woman sentenced to 21 years for Jamaican husband's murder. And I'm just going to quote something she said in the middle of it. So let me quote what the Coral Springs police said, right? This is in Florida. The police department said she did not trust him and was at her wits' end with his lies and deceit. So this is what the young lady is saying as to why she did it, right? No, yeah. So this is what she basically told the cops, right? And then there's a quote from her as well. Let me see if I find it. Yeah. So not like a direct quote, but kind of paraphrasing. So her name is Denise Malcolm. So she went on to tell police that she and her husband slept in separate bedrooms and frequently engaged in heated altercations due to his infidelity, which had all but broken up their marriage. So, as you can see, it happens on both sides, right? So, she's serving time rightfully. She's serving time rightfully. So, in this case, I'm on the side of the truth, right? And the truth is revealing that this young lady was wrong, right? So, this is similar. I mean, they were married, but even in marriage, some persons still don't give you that level of loyalty. You know what I mean? So it's clear that she tried, and she was just over it, and that was her solution. So I just referenced this case to kind of balance the pendulum. You know what I mean? Just kind of balance it to show that men are victims as well, right? So when you hear me speak, it's taking those two things into consideration, those two sides, right? But again, like I said at the start of the video, we'd be almost dumb to not acknowledge the fact that women are more abused than men are, right? And like I said, it was the Dejanay Graham story that kind of forced me to talk about this. And I'm gonna just wrap up this real quick. I think I need to do a part two to this. I don't know if I'm all over the place, but this was just off the top of the dome, and I just think that I turn on the camera and just get this out, right? Um, back in my younger days, when I was a cop, I think at that time I was a detective. Yeah, I was a detective. Maybe I'd say my second year as a detective, but like 4 years as a cop overall. There was this story that came out in Jamaica as well. This young lady, I can't remember her name. I just wish I brought it up. Like I said, guys, not much preparation would have gone into it. I just really had to just say my piece. But this young lady, she lived in Portmore. She had this driver that brought her to work every day. This same man kidnapped her, and I think, yeah. So he kidnapped her, and then they found her in like a open land, and I think she had signs of abuse, and I think she was raped as well. And he killed her, right? And I made a video. I made a video on my WhatsApp. I made a video. The video is basically saying that the young man should face serious penalties for what he has done. And I think he would have called, I'm not sure if it's a parent, but he called somebody in the family and kind of admitted, you know what I mean? So I made the video and I was saying that this person deserves a full brunt of the law, and it was full time that Jamaica stand up against crimes like this. And mind you, I was a cop. I made a video, posted on my WhatsApp. I'd say maybe like, I think it was the next day, because I posted it like, I'd say 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, and this was the next day. I got a call, come to a meeting, and I went to the meeting. Obviously, I can't call names, but I went to the meeting, and I was basically asked if I posted something on my WhatsApp. So I said, yeah, no. I said, what do you mean? In my head, I knew that it was that. So they said, so I said to them, like, what do you mean? And they asked if I post about a particular case. So I said yes, but it was just a general comment, not from the perspective of me being a cop, just me stating my piece as a Jamaican citizen, right? And I was told to delete the video, take down the video, because it is almost like I was inciting violence. It was a call to violence. Mind you, at no point at all did I mention or call to action anybody to take out jungle justice or to perform any acts of violence against a perpetrator. And I was basically told that I had no choice but to take it down. And I knew who reported it. Up to this day, the person don't even know that I know that he was the one who reported it, right? And I say that to say this. The right thing is not always going to be the most popular thing. You know what I mean? And everybody has a voice. And once you know that what you're saying is not pushing for anyone to be killed, is not inciting anyone to be beaten, it's it's hitting all the right notes. It may not be the most comfortable thing. It may not be the most politically correct thing, because that was basically what they're saying. It's not illegal, but it's kind of sensitive, so don't talk about it. And I think that is where we are at as a country, as in Jamaica, and even the world. We're too politically correct. We don't want to talk about something because it's too sensitive. That's where it's at now. It wasn't too sensitive for DJ Graham to be killed, right? So look at it now. And of course, the naysayers will say, talking, no action. We got to start somewhere. So I hope this video, the purpose of this video really, is to inspire, motivate, or demotivate someone not to commit an act of violence or an act of abuse. You know what I mean? And if there anyone out there suffering from abuse, whether domestic violence, physical abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse, at the end of this video, I'm going to post some information that y'all can use. I think there are some hotlines as well in the US and also in Jamaica that you can utilize. And this platform will always be known for truth speaking. Of course, we'll always give you the fun family content, but we're not living in a bubble. And from time to time, we have to acknowledge when things need to be said. All right, so that is just me doing my bit. I did say this video was going to be short, but I don't know. I hope you guys watch it entirely and gain something from it. Like I said at the start, like, comment, share. Thanks for everybody for rocking with us. We have some new content coming soon. Just keep the subscribers going up. Road to 100. Let's get it. Later.
Baby, we ain't gon' last, baby. We ain't gon' last, baby. We ain't gon' last, baby. Your intuition has been telling you things that you never knew. Rubbing shoulders with bitches I used to put on pedestals, but still I keep it professional. Laying in the bed and you acting like I can't even touch you. I don't know why you do that. Shower with the door open while you do that. Drop the towel right in front of me, you cruise. Oh no, baby, talk to me, baby. Say it to